Ba, 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 ba. What's up? What's up, No Way? I'm trying to like share my stream on Discord. Alright. Stream at YouTube. I guess Twitch, even though I'm not streaming on Twitch. Yeah, I might die. No, I'm not joking, by the way. I might, because there's a tsunami coming to Hawaii ETA 2 hours, but I'm just gonna play Fortnite. Save the world, deluxe missions, nothing, okay.
Survivor in danger. Good save.
You are the...
Another saved life.
They're attacking!
Aw, you make it.
There they come!
Survivor in danger. Survivor in danger. Survivor in danger.
That's incredible! Saved
We're
my
gonna
life.
need a bigger base.
Thank you, thank you. Apparently my friends... Yeah, congrats on being my #1 chatter. But apparently my friends... Oh, my friends live on the hill, while I live near the beach. So... I'm streaming, by the way, so don't say something weird. On my last day living. Yeah, I am cooked. Yeah, go look it up, by the way. It's... I could show you the traffic right now, but I'll be exposing where I live, so I don't want to do that. Real. By the way, I turned on low latency mode, so I can like I'll respond to you in like instant or something. I don't know. God. Ah! Stupid zombies. But I'm making my V-Bucks before I die. Damn. Let's see.
Wow. More humans, fewer corpses. Win-win.
What do you mean? We are the serious generations. We are the serious generation, bruh. Yeah, apparently my friends hate me now. They just joined my VC and left. Alright. No, you know what's crazy? I was watching the movie. I was watching Fantastic Four, and guess what? I got that warning on my phone about a tsunami coming, and my mom forced me to like come back home. So I was like halfway there in the movie, and that's what happened. Bruh.
Aw, you make it.
I know, it's ridiculous.
That's what I'm... Good save.
Ha ha ha, very funny. Ha 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 ha. Should I clickbait my stream, like get the views rolling, or just leave it as my last stream? I want to go out with a bang, you know? Where is... Oh.
That was amazing. Saving lives. Minutes left.
Hey, what's up? Yeah, we're just chilling. My mom doesn't feel like evacuating. Yeah, I think I'll be fine. Well, hopefully that'll keep me hydrated. Let's just wait for Akira, and we're gonna play Marvel Rivals. But hey, if I die, Akira will have my PC, so. Nah. I'll see you in heaven, or I'll watch you from heaven. I don't know. Akira is already at home, I think.
Survivor in danger.
Dude, no way. It's literally in Hawaii. Are you gonna come to Hawaii and pick up my computer? Hell nah.
Check your map for the location of the medkit.
Hell nah, you're not getting my PC, bro.
You saved everyone. You
Alright, bet.
saved everyone.
Ooh, V-Bucks. Alright. I think that's enough of Fortnite. There, share my screen. I'll show you what I've been up to, or what's going on right now. Oh my god, 38,000 people are watching Hawaii News Now.
Have some time to prepare, so use that time. This isn't a time to freak out or panic. What we've been seeing is, aside from the traffic jams, some of the crowds at grocery stores a very measured response.
Alright.
Yeah, we're even seeing those long lines at the gas pumps as well. But an important thing that was mentioned in the Honolulu press conference with Mayor Blangiardi was about the 93% of handy van services are running late at this time. So if you do have a loved one who is relying on that service, Roger Morton,
Yo! 50,000?
family member up and let them know that it's likely they will not be picked up. Again, he said 93% of handy van services are running late at that
Nah,
time.
we're cooked.
Families,
I'm
please
cooked.
Take care of their loved ones if they are
I'm cooked, chat.
And if they need to get out.
Yeah, and let's give you just a recap of kind of how this afternoon has unfolded. The initial quake off the far east region of Russia happened about 1:30 this afternoon. It was an 8.0. About 20 minutes later, it got updated to an 8.7 magnitude quake. Extremely powerful, very deep below the ocean's surface, and then it was later upgraded to an 8.8. The first anticipated arrival is around 7:10.
Valuable computers, cash, anything that is of value, because we have
That island is cooked. That island is cooked. That island's cooked. I don't know if I'm cooked.
So we have to be cognizant of that as well.
And obviously, Hawaii Island, very large swaths of area, especially for evacuation zones along the coastline. Can you tell us how the hotels are doing, especially on the Kona side and, of course, in Hilo as well?
Yes, we are in correspondence with the hotels. They are aware that they could use any one of our shelters island-wide, and we've been offering bus service as well to our hotel folks if they need transportation in getting to higher ground.
Are you hearing of any problems with traffic or people evacuating at this time?
Yes, there is traffic.
Yay. He's safe.
We'll put out a message through our radio waves for no notification. We have time. That's what this warning is about. It gives us time to evacuate in a safe and respectful manner, and that's our messaging going out.
Mayor, what about your grocery stores, KTA and other large grocery stores? Are people going there right now to get supplies? What's the outlook there?
Yeah, I haven't got information on that, but I suspect they are going out. We want to remind our residents to, don't panic. We will be okay, but we'll get through this. This is a warning. It could be, definitely could be a tsunami, and so that's why we have to really be ready for it. But we don't want people, jamming our supermarkets and such. It could cause.
On a go now live, we're hearing that a news conference is happening right now with Governor Josh Green, along with.
Especially based on the size of the wave, obviously everyone has to be away from the shoreline. We've been in contact with our tourism authority, Jimmy Tokioka, who's our director of DVED. He's been talking to the hotels. I've been speaking to the hospitals. They are prepared. They've actually activated additional shifts in case there are mass casualties. We are praying that that will not be necessary. If the waves come and go and then we give the all clear, we'll be back to fine. We'll be back to normal. We probably will have a lot of debris to clean up. That's where our team will execute kind of the cleanup.
Folded the initial quake off the
Flight operations. We are holding flight departures to the islands of Hawaiian islands on Hawaiian Airlines and Alaska Airlines, and as a safety precaution, flights en route to Hawaii are returning to the mainland or diverting as needed. And guests with travel to or from the Hawaiian Islands should check the status of their flight.
Dude, you do realize that I have to get out of my chair, look out through my window. You know how far away the water is from my home? I gotta use my iPhone 5x zoom. And if I go further, if I go further, the quality's bad, and I don't even know if it's good.
This afternoon that the Hilo airport is closed. In regard to harbors, those with the boats and vessels are expected to take them out, away from the harbor to avoid any sort of damage and keeping them tied off into the slips, because heading out into the open ocean is actually beneficial in these types of situations. And then we also heard as well, State Department of Transportation officials and the military saying that Kole Pass is open for Leeward Coast residents.
Right, and Mahealani Richardson is standing by with an update on that. She just spoke to military officials and joins us now with the latest. Mahea.
That's right, Steph and Mark. This is in conjunction with the U.S. Army, the U.S. Navy, and state officials that Kole Pass, linking the west side, particularly in the Lualua Valley area, is now connected to central Oahu and Schofield Barracks. For many, many years, we had heard complaints, especially from those in the windward from West Oahu, rather.
I honestly don't know what I should eat for dinner.
They could not get out if there was an emergency because there is one way in and one way out.
Yo!
After the Maui wildfires, people were particularly
Oh, I get this.
And so
No way, you're
earlier
like
this
top.
year, US
You're
Army
number one,
officials
chatter,
and the state had an
and you have this much
exercise
XP.
to
I don't know.
reverse
All right.
this exact
I might be being
scenario.
cringe.
We just spoke with the U.S. Army Garrison Hawaii spokesperson, and here's what he had to say.
Yes, ma'am. So the U.S. Army, in partnership with the U.S. Navy, the DOT,
Absolute peak cinema.
Kole Pass on the leeward side to facilitate evacuations from the west side. Commuters will be able to travel Lualua the road and the Lyman Road and exit in central Oahu.
Are people using the pass now? Can you give us a sense of what's happening there now?
Yes. So both gates, the Navy and Army gates, have been opened on Kole Pass, and civilian motorists are currently traveling from the Navy side onto the Army side and the central Oahu from the west side.
It was a long-standing issue to use Kole Pass. I remember a lot of people were anxious about being able to evacuate the west side because there's really only one way in and one way out. And there was an exercise specifically for this earlier this year. What can you tell us about that exercise?
Earlier this year, in January, we partnered with the Navy, HIEMA, DOTD, and DEM for an exercise that simulated a wildfire on the west side. So to get vehicles from west side of Oahu to central Oahu using Kolikoli Pass.
At least during your time with the Army.
Hey, Sindru. Oh, Lee, he was in the call, and he just said stay safe.
Has Kolikoli Pass been used before for an emergency?
For an actual emergency,
I said that you went there.
Kolikoli Pass been used.
Yeah, he noticed
for
you.
A real life scenario. We would like to say that the pass is very steep. There are.
I don't know. You were far away.
Throughout, so folks that decide to use this evacuation route, be extremely cautious.
Hey, Sindru, good luck. Stay safe. How are you my number? You are the second most chatter. That's interesting. All right.
People have not traveled along that pass. So how long does it take?
Right, so
I am not getting any information from this live stream.
So if you turn right there at the Nanakuli McDonald's onto the road, go all the way back. It's very straight. It's mostly 2 lanes.
Yo, same. I remember when I lived in my old house up in the mountains, and then Japan was on an earthquake or whatever. I'm OG.
And how long would it take to?
Kira, you were like 3 years old when that happened, right?
With no traffic, it takes roughly.
Yeah, 2011.
To transit the pass. With traffic a little bit slower, it's hard to tell. I would say maybe upwards of 30 minutes.
All right, bet. We're gonna use.
Alternative route if you're stuck in gridlock on Farrington.
Oh.
Is there anything else that you would like our viewers at Hawaii News Now to know about
Oh my God.
efforts during
Okay,
this
fuck it.
event?
You're gonna see me. Okay, you're gonna see my chat GPT history. Can you make the Hawaii tsunami go away?
And listen for updates on official channels.
Can you tell us any information specifically about your service members?
Stay alert and be ready to move quickly. Stay off the coast and avoid ocean activities until it's cleared. Fuel up your car, check your phone battery, and prep a go bag.
Army Recreation Center was evacuated about an hour ago, so the guests there have been evacuated from the west side. We also have several thousand guests staying at the Halikoa in Waikiki, so those guests are to be protected from.
Yeah, but my friend in the call is saying that like it's gonna be massive and I'm gonna get hurt.
They're not being evacuated, but they were told to go to the 4th floor.
Oh.
Right, especially with traffic.
You were 12? How old was I? I think I was like 6 years old when it happened.
The higher the better.
No, I'm talking about like 2011.
Specifically from the Halikoa, and just how the situation is in Waikiki?
No specific reports. I did see that there are several folks still on the beach. So I would just really advise folks, take this warning seriously. Your safety should be of utmost concern.
And that is Nathan Wilkes from the U.S. Army Garrison. He's the spokesperson there. Again, Kolikoli Pass is open.
Sure, you can always buy it off
linking,
online.
Lualua area on the west side to Schofield Barracks in central Oahu. That pass was just in an exercise earlier this year.
Trust me, this is the best way to get information.
Used for real life.
It's by me.
We appreciated that report. And standing by live now is Hawaii County Mayor Kimo Alameda. Mayor Alameda, thank you so much for joining us right now. I'm sure you and your administration are definitely monitoring the situation at this
I wish I can show you what outside is like. There is hella traffic.
Activated several hours already, and we got all hands on deck.
What?
We got all the departments here, and we're working across jurisdictions, so state, National Guard, Red Cross, our county workers as well. We've been through this before.
Go online. I'm kind of like busy.
I mean, we're the island with the disasters, right? So it's like a well-oiled machine. So we're doing really well right now.
Mayor, what can you tell us about the shelters available and the resources there that being provided for those that want to attend the evacuation sites?
Yeah, Yes, absolutely. We activated all our shelters. So, we're sending out messages already, various means, social media, website, press release. They know where the shelters are at. We also deployed our teams to make sure that there's water. And
Cypher PK made it possible.
And we're reaching
He's
out
an
to our
educational
hotels,
Fortnite YouTuber.
those in the low-lying areas, they need transportation. We have that as well. So we are transporting.
I don't even know what she's yapping about.
Transportation to our shelters as we speak.
And Mayor Alameda, the alert came out after 1:30 this afternoon. What are you seeing out there on the roads? Are people heeding the warning?
Yes, they are. In fact, there is road congestion. So, my message to the residents is to be patient. It's a warning, so we have time. And be respectful.
Yeah, that's what we should be doing. We should be playing. We should be playing Minecraft.
Our firefighters to make sure.
Kara, let's play. Let's play.
If we
I need like a. Coupon. You're not gonna die, you live in a mountain! Family's family. Hear me out. I am not gonna make it through college because of Chinese class, so if I die, I die. I don't want to go through Chinese. No, you'll have Akira to take care of you. I'm not joking. I'm not scared. Yeah, who in their right mind will swim in the ocean? Oh my god. I don't know if it's the stream or if Hawaii's network infrastructure is shit, but my ping is so high in Fortnite. God help. How am I missing? Oh. Alright. I guess I'll take that. Thank you. Give me that. Bruh. Yes, my name is Brandon. Yeah. I don't really care about people knowing my real name. It just happens. Bruh. Yeah, that's me, bro. What the hell? Bruh. Meh. Combat SMG, don't mind if I do. Bruh. Bro, why? Bruh. Don't worry. You are safe with me. Bruh. How did I miss that? Oh. Bruh. Oop. Boom, shakalaka. Bruh. How did I miss that? Bruh. Bruh. Oh, so I haven't gotten a job offer from them, but I actually did get hired from Target. I was gonna make a video about it. I'll make a video about it once I survive this whole shenanigans. Yeah, thank you. I think we're getting hired at Target is like almost a big deal. It's like that. Ah, shit. Why am I getting 100 ping? Wait. Alright, these people want to be idiots? They want to be mad at me? So be it. Oh, what is this? Bruh. Do that. Wait, why am I getting 100 ping? That's stupid. Children. Man, everyone loves me. I don't know why. And lag. What comment do you want me to delete? Oh, this is just embarrassing, bro. What's he doing? What the? Give me that. 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 Ah! Alright. Hey, you made it. Yeah. Yeah, say that to Kira. She's freaking out. What do you mean? He's Maui. Bruh. My ping is so bad. My ping. I think she is freaking out. Hello? Bruh. Why am I so bad? Why am I so bad? Oh, 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 oh. Why is he trying? Bruh. Why I'm bad? Fuck you. Oh, what the hell, bro? I don't want to. Whatever. Woo! Hey, what's up? Like. What'd you say? What did you say about me? Huh? Anyways, that's enough for tonight. Akira, do you want to play? It's because I've been going through. No, I really want to keep streaming, but I've been going through mental illnesses. I'm actually gonna come back streaming on YouTube again because a wise man told me screw the people who unsubs. They're not real fans or something. So yeah.
This should
The reason why I'm streaming now is because I might die. Yeah. No, it's okay. I don't mind. Ah! Yeah, I am doing better. It's just that since I now have a job and if I survive this, I think I'll be back to my normal self because like I think me being job unemployed for the whole summer is like, I think that did take a toll or something. I don't know. Dang it. Dude, shut the fuck up. I'm trying to relax, bro. Bro, how is he moving so fast? Dude, you have no idea how annoying Spider-Man is. If only I'm Iron Man, but I gotta stay support. Yeah, go ult, I dare you. Can he die? What? Bruh. Dude, Spider-Man is so bad.
My step.
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man, dude. Are you serious? Oh my god. Backing up, backing up. Raw. Oh my god. I'm cooked. I'm cooked. I would switch to something else to beat this piece of shit, but I can't. Oh my fucking god, dude. He's running away. Fuck you. Fuck you, no way. Fuck you. Fuck this game, okay? You had no faith in me? Fuck you. Oh my god, dude. Oh, it's 1 hour. We're good. I can keep streaming. What? I don't know, 20, 25? Think of it as the Twin Towers, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I have someone in chat being a dick and doesn't know how the game works because Spider-Man is just, it shouldn't exist. Watch, I won't be Ultron. I mean, I will be Iron Man and show you how easy it is, this fucking game. Yeah, you're safe. You're safe. Hey, if you like, okay, I'm thinking, if people can survive the Hawaii missile alert, I'm sure we'll survive this. Yeah, so what if they're trying to fake the tsunami? A miss? Yeah, that's true. Maybe it's like a too early April Fool's. What the hell am I? It's the same as... No, I honestly hate Spider-Man and Wanda because I'm pretty sure people play Wanda just because they glaze her and her abilities are just so non-skilled. Like, I hate the Wanda Maximoff community. Oh my god. Oh, don't forget the Ching Chong guy. Who is shooting me? Who is shooting me? Okay. No, just the community in general. I'm on. Why? My mom is home. And my dad is outside. I don't know.
I'm gonna find whoever put me out last time. Hurry up! Rockets, fire! Okay. That's better.
Where are my heals? Oh my god, I hate this game. I hate having teammates that doesn't know shit.
Everybody ready? Hurry up! Anyone say
Huh? Oh, I'm done. I don't know why I gotta be specific and straight in chat. Damn, this guy. Dude, dude. Alright, alright.
Pick your hero. Or villain. I'm not judging. I'm Luna Snow. Like the moon, I shine in darkness.
Mm-hmm.
Superpowers are amazing. Also, the ice effects look great on stage. 30 seconds before you attack. Get ready. If we use our ice powers together, we can stop our enemies cold.
Ice powers? What the heck are you talking about, kid?
You are the winter soldier, aren't you?
I'm kind of tired. What else? What does my mom made for dinner?
4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it? How about I switch things up a bit, make our opponents disappear?
What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? I need to heal y'all. Hey, let me heal you. Ah, I'm dead. What? This big monkey is targeting me! Come on. Go, 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 go. Why is it... Dude, they're not even... Bruh. I should go back to Iron Man then. I'm being targeted again! Oh, I'm dead. Because I wasn't paying attention.
I've still got some. Let's keep fighting until we have a winner.
Can't hit shit. No! I touched! Alright. I did 10,000 healing. Wow, that's more than Ultron. I mean, Akira, wanna switch roles then?
Maybe I can do both.
Look at my act. Okay, I know you're trying to rage bait me, but I'm just doing it so you can just increase my chat rate. But I have 64%. All right, compare that to other players. Okay, they were under 40. No. Oh, actually, I'm amazing right now. But yeah.
The battle starts in 5,
Yeah, we're playing together.
2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Okay. Back up, back up, back up, back up. I'm dead. Oh, I'm being sucked. I'm being sucked by this little fucking big shit. Oh. Bruh, Venom. Fuck off, bro. I think we're losing because we have that tsunami PTSD. I'm being targeted by a little black man. Okay.
Someone needs a snowball to do this. Well, you can't expect to win them all.
If my mom would work, she'd do
Pick your hero. Or villain. I'm not judging.
I never wanted to be Iron Man, but it worked out for everybody. If you were as smart as me, you'd be arrogant too.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Maybe. But what do you have that I don't, Emma? Right. So, when's our first date again?
Battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
I don't think that's cooperating. Look out below!
Oh yeah, yeah.
Bombs away! Be ready for counterattack. They're not going to quit.
I got him. I got. Oh. Oh.
Everybody ready?
No, no.
Hurry up! Ex-sniper. Enemies on approach. That put a spring in my step. Everybody needs a little stun assist.
Yeah.
Hurry up!
What? Why? There's no traffic. We can go. I mean, I can tip a lot. That might influence him. Oh. Sorry, my dad asked if he wants to eat outside food.
Toot sweet. That put a spring in my step. Enemies on approach. Hurry up!
I mean, as maybe if I tip the, yeah, maybe if I tip. No, because that is not a life or death situation. Get out!
We are undefeatable!
Bruh. And if we all come together, but I'm not pitching in like 100%.
I never had kids, but I did have the Avengers.
All right, let's see Popeyes. Oh, door delivery is not available. You can still pick up.
Get ready.
Oh, same here. We can swap autographs after the fight. All right, K-pop, let's go save the world.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
And you watch me die? Yeah.
Enemies on approach. Anyone say fireworks? Extra shielding. Yep.
Even if I'm not, even. No, I genuinely don't care if I die. Disappear!
I see Sniper. I never believe Loki's actually down. Is he actually down?
Who did that? Bro, that's included in my TV service.
That put a spring in my step?
Alright. Okay!
Powering up.
I gotta see if Uber can deliver.
Powering up. Bombs away. This is Fear Not Destroy on.
Keep fighting until we are the winner.
Maximum pulse.
Bruh.
Maximum pulse. Iron Man operational again. Powering up. I'll take a shield, sure. Got the on. Enemies on approach.
Isn't it in like 717?
Bombs away. There's another one down. Hold popping. Stay sharp.
Alright, let's see if I can order Popeyes on Uber Eats. It's closed! Wait, is McDonald's open? Wait, McDonald's is open. Thank you, I'll be fine. No, wait, what am I gonna eat for dinner? I mean, fuck you. I mean, yeah, okay. I mean, I already ate fast food today. Yeah. Okay, fuck. 30 minutes, let's... No, not for you, no way. What? Why is real fishing? There, just for the record. Alright, here you go. Yeah. Okay, don't die. Alright. I'll be right back. I'm gonna check on my... Bruh. We have no food. I mean, no food for me, but, yeah. Okay, well, what you guys doing? Okay. Oh, 75,000 viewers.
We don't have a continental shelf, really that's right offshore. You don't see very shallow water real quickly. The Hawaiian Islands, of course, are formed volcanically, and they're essentially steep mountains in the ocean. So there's a very steep drop off into the Pacific water. And if you can come back to the Weather Center for just a second, because I think what we can do is show you a little bit. So here we have the map of the islands, and then farther off in the northwestern Hawaiian Islands, Drew, if you can zoom out, we're talking about Midway Atoll, which is one of these islands here. And of course, the buoy there is the one that recorded the trough to crest of 6 feet. Now, again, what does that mean? It means that we do have at least a column of water that may be about 3 feet tall. That is in the open ocean.
Someone's poor.
Still pretty deep. Let's zoom back in on the Hawaiian Islands, and then we can show you a little bit of what we call lithography, which is like the opposite of topography, which is what you see on land. Bathymetry, rather, is what we have. So if you look at areas like Honolulu Bay, and we'll just
go to a close-up, we can see, like right here at Hanwei Bay, it might be a little bit shallower over here, and so that means that the energy is going to start coming in a little bit higher. And we do have another press conference right now. Mayor Rick Blangiardi of Honolulu is about to take the podium.
You know, we've already gotten to safe places, and the fact is, I would encourage you to keep watching. We'll try to update you as much as we possibly can. One of the things that's developed, we brought our team in. I want Chief
I don't think the water's receding right now.
Is that at 6:30 tonight we begin a contra flow to traffic to send everything Mocha. You know, so any one-way streets headed Mackay, you can get on there and head Mocha. So if you know somebody who's stuck in traffic, and we know there's a lot of people still stuck in traffic, you could place that call.
Hey, Japan is having its own tsunami warning.
Services give you a little bit more detail. We want to reverse that. We're trying to
Join
get
the club.
everybody out of harm's way. Okay? So again, if you're watching us now, you know somebody who's stuck in traffic, okay, tell them they've got to be very careful because we can't have the lights. I don't know how many patrol officers we have up there to direct traffic.
Holy shit. The water is going down.
Damn. So with that, I'd like to bring up Chief Ann.
Thank you, Mayor. So the first thing I'd like to say is just to echo what the Mayor said is make sure you're listening to the first responders if they're giving you directions. Definitely if they're telling you to evacuate, evacuate. If they're giving you directions to drive in a certain direction, follow their directions. The next thing I'd like to ask and tell you is if you don't need to be on the roads, don't be on the roads. If you've arrived at a safe location, like if it's your house, a friend's house, a shelter, or just somewhere safe, stay there. And stay there until it's safe. If you don't need to be on the roads, don't be on the roads. Stay there until you get the all clear. And then finally, if you don't need to call 911, don't inundate the 911 system. We have a lot of officers out there. They're responding to emergencies. So if you don't need to call 911, unless of course it's an emergency, stay off the 911 system because we need our officers to be able to respond to actual emergencies and calls for 911. With that, let me turn it over to Director Roger.
Yes, thank you. I know it's been a rough day on the highways today. Good news is it seems to be we're clearing a little bit, but but since 2 p.m. we have been adjusting our traffic lights to facilitate Malcolm Mackay travel, and we're continuing to do that. In addition, HPD dispatch has been getting their officers to give directions right on the street. My message really is we're half an hour out from when we anticipate this wave to hit. If you're on an east-west coastal highway, now is the time to calculate, are you going to be on high ground? And if you're not, if you have any doubts, you need to get up Malka side immediately because that's where we're going to have problems on our coastal highways, on Kamehameha, on Farrington, on other highways around the island. So that's the message that we have is that police on downtown areas are facilitating travel up. It's been a rough day. I know it took a long time for people to get out, but now's the time to get to high ground.
Aloha, Randall Collins with the Department of Emergency Management. Would like to reinforce inland and upward. Get to a safe zone. Get out of the tsunami area and get to a safe
I think I'll be fine.
One message. The second message is to stay informed.
I think my apartment has some concrete that will withstand the. Hey, if I'm wrong, then Akira will have my gaming PC. Some other person will have my Fortnite account. You're rich.
Tsunami assembly areas. You can sign up and stay informed as we continue to text out information
30 more minutes.
and message information through that application. So hnlalert.gov. Would like to thank the mayor for his leadership. We have enacted proclaimed a local state of emergency that has opened up all the funding and all the resources and all the decisions that we need to make sure that
What the fuck? Free Diddy? Queso made a wave?
With that, I will turn it over to Dr.
Bruh.
Good evening, Jim Ireland, Department of Emergency Texas has had a really busy afternoon and early evening. I want to thank all our paramedics, dispatchers, EMTs for just all the hard work that they've done today. We have an emergency plan for this type of scenario. We will stop potentially responding and may not be able to respond into the inundations zones as we get closer to the predicted wave arrival. And that time has already passed. So for emergencies that are in the inundation zone or near the inundation zone, we may or may not be able to respond in the next 45 minutes and potentially longer until we get the all clear. EMS has had a variety of calls today, just like any other day, but we've had, it seems like an excessive amount of traffic accidents. We had a critical accident up in Laie, another accident in Waialua, as well as Pearl City. So just wanted to echo what the others said as far as just taking your time, drive safely, be careful, because we don't want to tie up ambulances and resources for preventable accidents like traffic accidents. So be careful, again, heed the warnings, get to higher ground now. This is all good advice, but we're really coming in really close now to the predicted wave time. So as we get closer, again, EMS may or may not be able to respond to a call in the inundation zone. CORE, which is also in my department, has been very busy. Since about 4 o'clock today, they've been going to coastal areas to help inform and give notice of evacuations to our homeless encampments and populations in these areas. They haven't been able to hit everywhere on the island, but they've tried to hit the busiest and most populous areas for the homeless. So again, a very busy afternoon and potentially evening for EMS. We have called in extra resources. Our ambulance bus is staffed if we need that later. And we'll be standing by with everybody else to see what exact impact this event will bring over the next few hours.
Accurate information can save lives, okay? So, as I've said repeatedly throughout the breaks today, you know, watching your television stations, stay in tune as long as we have power. Please do that. Provide good information. What Randy said about hnlalert.gov, absolute source of correct information. So I want to caution everybody, because I've already seen some social media stuff out there. We're talking about a circumstance right now that we really cannot predict, but we know one thing for certain. If it hits, okay, it can affect lives. It's strong enough, potential there. We want you to be accurately informed. As you can see from what you heard in the state report and our city report, we're doing everything we possibly can to help you. So please, stick with the accurate information. Don't be deceived by all kinds of stuff. Look to your sources here. I promise you we'll continue to update you, not just after the wave hits, or if in fact it actually hits, or what happens throughout the night, because just so you know, I've been through this before. The wave is expected to be here 7:10 in Kauai, a few minutes after that on the island of Oahu. But we know we're not getting all clear until for hours.
No.
Because that's how these perform. March 11, 2011, that's exactly what happened. We were due at 3:17 in the
Go up.
morning, and at midway, it was a 6-foot wave. It was a 6-foot wave traveling 550 miles an hour. And we were not looking at a good situation. Tonight, they didn't talk about the speed, except we were being told by the civil defense people that this is going to be really bad. Okay, that was then. As it turned out, we had some damage. The waves came in, they receded back out, they went back in. We did it 4 or 5 times. And they kept telling us the next one could be big. We did not get it all clear for a wave that was supposed to hit us at 3:17 until 11 a.m. the next morning. So we don't know what kind of an evening we're in for, but you want to pay attention. You want accurate information. This could save your life. I promise you, all of us will do everything we possibly can to help everybody out there. You also have to help us too. So pay attention to that. And one last time, okay? If you're anywhere near the water, get out of there. Get to high ground, okay? Thank you. Any questions? Well, I think that they want to go to HNL Alert. We'll be talking to people at that. Now all they have is cell phones, assuming they're not watching, they can't watch television. Maybe they have some kind of reception there or to any of the station's websites. But stick with accurate information. And we'll keep you folks advised too as to what people should do. We're going to just, you know, Lynn, in this situation, we cannot over-communicate. We all know that. We're going to try to do that as reliable and as a detailed way as we possibly can. So I know last time, because people did the same exact thing, and that's what we've been encouraging. People would come down from the mountain after sunrise. A lot of people stayed up there. You want to stay until you get told that it's safe to come down. That's what I would tell people. Wait until you find out it's safe to come down, because as I said earlier, that last time on March 11th, if you remember, that tsunami was in Japan. It was the most televised tsunami ever because it was daytime, cameras everywhere, and it was almost surreal watching what was going on. And so while I choose not to think about the worst happening, at this point in time, in this hour, I want to be as conservative as we possibly can in the spirit of saving people's lives. So information is very, very important. Okay? We don't know what we're dealing with right now. Within minutes we probably will, and we'll go from there and we'll keep you posted. If you're in a safe place, stay there until somebody tells you to leave. Well, we're going to have to see what the extent of it is. I think, we've got everybody out there between HPD, our fire department, our first responders here, and messaging is here. We're going to be on full alert. I mean, we're going to try to do everything we possibly can. And you heard the governor say the same thing with all services here. We're all in this together in a moment like this. We will do everything we have with the available resources we have to respond the way people hopefully will respond. That's the best I can tell you. Right now, I'm hoping for the best. Trying to prepare for the worst. We're hoping for the best. Yes. Yeah, I'll bring up Jim as far as the tools.
Well, from our standpoint in EMS, we have ambulances, ground ambulances, SUVs. So those are our tools. But I think in the earlier press conference from the governor, he talked about his air assets and the National Guard being on standby. And I can't speak for the Honolulu Fire Department, but they also have air assets. So when we are in a rescue situation, we have seen the air assets for lots of different agencies here and across the country, whether it's National Guard, Coast Guard, or the Fire Department, be able to do rescues where ground vehicles can't get in. So besides what we have available to respond on the ground, there are those air assets for those other agencies, not ours.
I spoke to Admiral Reagan earlier from the Coast Guard, and they've deployed all of their assets out in the ocean. They're hitting around all the coastlines, and they're also going to be readily available, which is a great resource as well to complement our other resources. Anybody else, guys? Anybody here? Anything else you want to add? Is there anything else? The question is, can we send our HFD or HPD into the zones that Jim said we might be battle right now?
Our officers are dedicated, and they're going to put themselves in danger like they do every single day. But I'm going to tell you right now, if there's a 6-foot wave coming at 500 feet per second or whatever it is, I don't think I'd blame them if they don't go rushing into that. But what I will tell you is that our officers are highly dedicated, and as a matter of fact, we've kept back all of our daytime officers. We called in our nighttime officers early. They're not actually even supposed to start until 9 o'clock, but all of them came in early. So we have way more than 100% working right now, and that just goes to show their commitment. And I have full pride that they're all in, working really hard. All of our support units are in. We'll do what we need to do to make sure that we keep the public safe. And I want to assure you that we're there for you to keep the public safe. And if you need us, we'll be there. We'll answer that call for service.
Yes, just an update on some of the highways. Some of our highway routes have been closed. HPD is enforcing closures on Barrington Highway at Waimea Street, on Fort Weaver Road at North Road, no Mackay-bound, ocean-bound traffic, and Fort Weaver Road at Papipi Road, no Mackay ocean-bound traffic is being let through at this point. So be on the lookout. There could be other closures that occur as the officers in the field deem necessary. But those are 3 that we know of that we're just advising the public.
Any other questions. I want to thank you and all the media outlets for staying on this all afternoon like this and continue to broadcast here. Let's just all hope for the best, okay? You're a big responsibility, and we're here to answer whatever questions that we need to have to reach people like that. Again, stay away from social media. No false information. Deal with accuracy. It can make all the difference.
And now this is a live look at Hanalei, where the first waves are expected to arrive, at 7:10. That is less than 12 minutes out.
Yeah, we're giving you a live look at Hanalei Bay right now, which is the first site of any sort of anticipated activity. You just heard from Honolulu Mayor Rick Blangiardi saying that, even after that we hit that time, we could be in for a long night until that all clear is given. You also heard the emphasized message from emergency officials. You should not be on the roads right now. You should not be in low-lying areas, and do not flood the emergency call system. At this point, you should be at a place where you're safe. You're at an evacuation site. You're at a tsunami assembly area as we kind of wait through and see what this 8.8 magnitude earthquake that originated from Russia earlier this afternoon, 1:30 Hawaii time, what that brings. So again, a live look at Kauai right now. We want to go back to Ben Gutierrez and Drew Davis for their explanation on what we could expect. This is coming off of what we heard from Governor Green, getting the first initial readings from the buoy at Midway Atoll. While they do say it's impossible to predict what could be happening here in Hawaii, what you do see at Midway was very newsworthy. What can you tell us, Ben and Drew?
All right, thank you, Mark. Thank you, Steph. Of course, at this time, we're less than 10 minutes out from the potential arrival of the tsunami in Kauai and up near Hanalei. Again, just one last quick look. Of course, we're watching it was a 3-foot wave on top of the ocean reported at Midway Atoll. And of course, the waters get very shallow very quick right off of the Hawaiian Islands. Of course, we don't have a continental shelf around us like the continents do, where they have a large area of shallow water and then just a strict drop off into the deep ocean. It gets very shallow very quickly. The mountains building up underwater. One last quick look at the Kauai evacuation zones. You can see this behind us. Again, less than 10 minutes away. That's when we're expecting to see the tsunami. It might not be exactly at 7:10, but that's the best prediction right now for the arrival of this tsunami. Just taking a quick look, most of Kauai is in the tsunami evacuation zone, at least all of the coastlines. And the reasoning for that is because of all the Mauka areas, the mountains, it pushes right up against the coastline. You don't have very many areas that are highlighted in yellow right here. That indicates the extreme tsunami evacuation zone. And that's for the worst tsunami possible, the worst possible modeled tsunami. We don't expect that that's going to be the case with this one. But again, you have to take precautions across the entire island. Again, less than 10 minutes out. Ben, what can you tell us about the tsunami? We're watching the Hanalei live cam very closely. We've just taken a look out there. What can you tell us?
Well, basically, when you look at the tsunami evacuation map, obviously places like Hanalei and also West Kauai, where you're looking at that area, there's a very big run-up. And then when you look at East Kauai right now, basically Kapa'a, all the way down to Wailua, even down to Hanama'ulu, that area there are some points where it is pretty shallow, where it is pretty flat as far as the landmass, but at the same time, places like Hanalei, even Hanalei has you can see that the tsunami evacuation map is a little bit deeper. It goes further inland. And one point I want to make up too, we've been talking about a wave. We could be talking several waves, because that would be, we've been mentioning the first wave. And so tsunamis generally you don't just have one, you're going to have a bunch of them. So there is that possibility where we will see waves possibly for several hours. And you can definitely see, as we take a closer look at the island of Kauai evacuation maps, you can definitely see that Hanalei up at the top and also West Kauai, there's a very large area that goes inland, and also on west, or make that East Kauai, places like Wailua, also the Kapa'a area, Anahola, Hanama'ulu, those areas are also within that evacuation zone. Kauai also is older geographically, or geologically rather, and so that means there are larger rivers. And so that also means that you should stay away from any of the waterways that go inland. The Wailua River, for example, is one. Navilivili Harbor is another, where you're going to have some of that energy from the tsunami going further inland because of the fact that it is a wider waterway, and then that will be able to go in. A couple of years ago, we had a smaller tsunami, and we had videos of that actually going up the canal, Kawainui Stream, I believe it is, up in Kailua, where you could see the tsunami wave. It was only about yay high, but you could definitely see something rolling in on the river headed toward Enchanted Lake. Now, you'll see something on the surface, but at the same time, remember, it goes all the way down to the bottom of the ocean. And so even if the wave isn't that big, there's going to be strong currents. That's the reason why the Coast Guard has ordered evacuations of the harbors, because boats could be pushed around by these currents and could be pushed into piers, could be pulled away from their moorings, could get loose. We saw that in 2011. We saw boats hitting each other, causing major damage to vessels, also causing major damage to harbor infrastructure, and that's why we're seeing all of those boats leaving.
And we're at, around 5 minutes out, I believe. It's 7:05, at least on the clocks that we have here in our studio. This is the time where we're watching for potentially water receding. Again, if you're near the beach, of course, go away. Do not stay there to watch the tsunami. This is an incredibly strong event, and we're no stranger to the power of water here in Hawaii. The Rivers Point, that's a great point. All of that water, that energy rushing in, it's going to impact the entire island potentially when it comes to those rushing waters, rushing up the rivers, and of course the coastlines, of course, will be the most impacted. That's it for Ben and I here in the Weather Center. Let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist
Can this
Jennifer Rowley.
fucking Fortnite event hurry up?
Thank you so much. Very good information, gentlemen. We are going to be seeing a lot of action within the next hour. And first, beginning
Same old, but there's still traffic now. The roads are clear.
Rush of energy. So the initial readings that they were talking about in the press conference, 3 feet, lots of forward motion we're talking about. It's almost like a freight train racing across the ocean, initially at speeds of 500, 550 miles per hour. Once it meets the shallow waters, that's when it slows down to speeds of about 30 miles per hour. Usually I use this graphic when we talk about flooding from rain, but this shows you the power of water and how incredibly powerful water can be and pick up people, just sweep them right off their feet. 1 foot can pick up cars, 2 feet can move SUVs and heavy trucks. So the power of water, especially along those rivers and everything that's meeting along the mountain base, is going to be a big concern, even if it is at 3 feet. So I just wanted to take a close look at the past most affected areas. This is going to be a lot of wraparound energy. That's why we have the tsunami warning for all of the islands. So it doesn't mean we're going to be in the clear for one island or the other, but Hilo does have a history getting hit hard by tsunamis, 1946, 1960, and 2011. It's known as the hot spot for tsunamis due to the bay shape. It's incredible of how shallow the waters are, and because of the shape of the bay itself, it actually has some of those waves get even bigger along Hilo's side. Also, Kona has suffered damage in 1975 and 2011.
I don't know.
And we have been seeing damage for other tsunamis across the western end of the state, particularly over on Kauai, on Oahu, the north and east shores. You can see some run-up depending on the wave direction. And that's key, and that's one component we really don't know. Like Ben and Drew were talking about, there's a lot of information that's missing over open waters with the lack of buoy data that's over the open waters. So the wave direction is a big player of what kind of wave will be coming our way with these tsunamis.
Yay, 2 minutes.
So we are coming close at 7:07 right now. Initial readings will likely be seeing that receding water at first over on Kauai, and then anywhere from 0.1 to 0.3 a possibility.
I can't wait for the surface to be 2 feet.
The entire ocean at
2 feet long.
550 miles per hour. The energy
Akira's betting on it.
And so we could see the biggest of the tsunami surges come in during the 8 o'clock hour. And then it's going to be highly unpredictable throughout the night, especially with those strong currents. And that's why evacuation zones, you must just heed to all of those warnings, especially along the coastline, along the rivers, and along anywhere there is water. So taking a closer look at the readings
All
from
right.
tonight. So 3 to 4 meters.
There's
actually,
nothing.
10 to 13 feet was observed along the Russian coast. We did see in Japan about 1.3 feet. It was up to 3 meters was the forecast.
Okay, chat. I'm gonna leave the stream. I don't know what screen you want me to show, but I'm gonna watch the ocean. So, yeah, I'll try to record if anything big happens, but otherwise, I guess I'll show the screen. Yeah, if anything happens, thank you for watching my stream. The stream will play until I come back. Or it destroy my PC. Anyways, see ya.
1812, the origin, Alaska, Chile, Japan, and Russia. And it can cause a huge surge of energy traveling across the ocean. And like we're talking about this evening, the power of water is incredible. And you can see the history is there. Tells a big story. With 1960, magnitude 9.5 arrived 15 hours later, up to 35 feet. In 2010, magnitude 8.1 or 8.8, we did see 3 feet, so the direction of the wave does play a big role in that. And then Japan quake 9.1, 6 to 7 feet with the property energy. So we're watching the buoy readings very carefully. And the latest information, let's send it back to Mark and Stephanie.
Yeah, thank you very much, Jen. We are now at 7:10, which is exactly when the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center predicted that we would see the first arrival of the tsunami waves generated by the powerful earthquake in Russia. And as we're looking here, Drew and Ben, what are you noticing?
Way off in the distance. We're talking about way off in the distance there, right on the middle of your screen, right at that point. It looks like there is something happening there as far as like ocean activity. You see some white caps that are slowly spreading across the bay. We haven't seen something that often occurs with tsunamis, and that is the pullout of the water. Usually there'll be an area, or places like Hanalei, the water will recede a lot, and then the tsunami will come back in. But I'm not sure exactly if that way off in the distance there is actually something at the moment. On the right side of your screen, right where the sunbeam is, there's a little bit of current activity. So you can see there are some currents that are occurring as some of the water starts to flow out. But as far as the actual wave action, Drew and I have been looking at this, and we just see something that appeared off in the distance, right at the edge of that point, where you can see some what looks like white caps. I don't know if that could be like something that is basically artifacts of the camera or whatnot. But one thing I'm also looking at very closely is the actual water line, the shoreline there. Not seeing anything. And again, 7:10 was the estimated time of arrival. So that's, again, as it indicates, it's an estimate. It can be faster, it can be longer. It just kind of depends on what this had to travel through, and also the kind of earthquake that it was, because then it depends on how quickly it was pushed over. But no doubt, it does travel very quickly in the ocean. There's nothing there to basically hold it back. So we're looking again, speed of a jetliner, but at the moment that area of white really hasn't moved an awful lot. So we're not quite sure exactly what is going to be happening if the tsunami, the first wave, is going to be late. But again, you can see some streaks on the ocean. Those are like rip currents that have developed, and
definitely the tsunami is going to be playing into strong currents. We're watching the water at least start to move in a little bit, like you said, over near the sunbeam reflecting off of the water there. You can see the direction of the water flowing into the bay. Again, it was 7:10. This is the best prediction for the arrival of the wave. Much like weather models, it's very hard to simulate the entirety of the ocean. So that was the best prediction given by the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center. And again, we're going to keep watching this. If it is delayed out here for Kauai, that also means that it will be delayed as we're going further down the island channel. Again, it does seem like we are seeing some waves moving in. Again, this is a very active scene where we're trying to watch exactly what's happening.
That's right, and you know, I mean, taking us back now to 2011, Ben, I don't know if you remember, but the 9.1
Oh, I remember.
magnitude quake in
Yeah.
Japan, it was a very powerful earthquake, and that sent us a tsunami wave as well. And you could definitely, when you do see it on camera, you can definitely tell that that is a tsunami wave. You talk about the receding of the water, and I remember vividly watching Tula Bay, and you will definitely see that big difference there. As far as right now, again, we are just monitoring and looking at the shoreline for any changes there, and then looking off in the distance. That sunbeam that you'll point to, we're also noticing.
Seems like it.
Major recession of the water yet.
I don't know. I might be tripping.
Major recession of the water yet, which is
No.
a telltale sign that the tsunami wave is around.
I see a big white line in the ocean. I don't know if that's placebo or like it's the color of the ocean once it reaches like goes past of the shore or whatever.
We're going to be staying on this cam at Honolulu right now. This is a live stream overlooking Honolulu Bay with the expected arrival of the first activity of the tsunami generated by the 8.8 quake. We're looking at this. Our first alert weather team is monitoring this shot very closely. Literally an unfolding situation as we're watching the water and kind of paying close attention to what we're seeing here with the conditions.
And again, the water here that has to wrap around since Honolulu Bay is on the northern portions of the island. It's coming from the west and northwest. Russia's off to the northwest of the island chamber, but showing that map of just completely open water. So we have to see a little bit of a wraparound. First, it hits the Nepali coast, and then starts to move in Honolulu Bay, move down the western and inland coast of Hawaii. So we are going to continue to see how this evolves.
And Ben,
Dude, I have no idea if it's gonna hit. I don't even know what I'm looking at right now.
Off the eastern coast of Russia had a depth of 46 miles now. Talk about how that plays role in the strength and power of a wave.
Well, usually the deeper an earthquake is centered, the less likely it will cause an earthquake. It will cause a tsunami, rather. However, it kind of depends on the type of earthquake. You had explained earlier, if it's a slip, not too bad. If it is a thrust earthquake that goes straight up and that pushes the whole column of water up, that's one of the things that we were seeing in the Thailand earthquake, the devastating, I believe it was 2006 earthquake. I might have to check on the date there, but the one that devastated so many places like Indonesia and on Christmas Eve of that year. Right now, currently not really showing anything, but then again, 710 was an estimated arrival. There was a wave that was recorded, according to Haima officials, at the buoy at Midway Atoll. So depending on how things are going, we could be seeing a delayed arrival, but then again, remember,
And it
is
just
not
hit
just the first
717, which is when we were expecting the first waves to arrive on Oahu. If we can now switch over to, this is a live look at Honolulu Harbor, where earlier we were also monitoring quite a few reports that boaters, a number of them, and fishing boats were heeding the warning. And we also saw them head out to sea, staying away from the channels, going in water at a depth of 300 feet or greater. And you can see it looks like the harbor is all clear, even though I've got word that the Coast Guard cutter ship also left the harbor right now. As we take a look at Honolulu Harbor, 717, again, the estimated arrival of the first waves here at Oahu.
Yeah, and the ability for these vessels to evacuate is one of the silver linings of an event like this, because you had the 6-hour notice, for the boaters to head out to the open ocean, for residents and visitors to head to different evacuation sites right now. So we're keeping a very close eye. Live look at Honolulu Harbor. It's 7:18 right now. 8 minutes after the first wave was expected, and the epicenter, so to speak, in something like this. The first area of focus is Honolulu Bay on Kauai. We still have some daylight out right now to keep a close eye on this. Now, Drew and Ben and Jen as well, As we're looking at these images here, what should our viewers be paying attention to in regards to the water movement and activity?
Sorry, before you guys answer, can we switch over now to this live look at Waikiki where we might be able to detect more changes in the water here? We can definitely see a clear view of the coastline and definitely empty where earlier shots, right, Mark, when you guys began the coverage right after the tsunami warning, the beaches were crowded. You can see that is not the case right now. They heeded the warning. Mayor Rick Blangiardi said if you're anywhere near the coastline, get out.
And I think it's important to note just generally the ocean conditions right now. We do have a small craft advisory. We have strong trade winds. We also have a rising swell on south-facing shores and east-facing shores. We're seeing wave heights expected today at 3 to 5. And this is wave heights alone, waves that you surf, not the tsunami itself. East-facing shores at 2 to 4. So you could kind of see in some of these shots, there does seem to be some disruption, some rip currents that are happening, strong currents that are happening. So very interesting as we look at these live shots. Since it's not, it's traveled so many miles to get here so far with the epicenter just off the coast of Russia and giving us that 6-hour window to get here, we are likely going to be seeing on a smaller scale of a tsunami, but still a lot of energy. But it's really hard to predict how the wave direction is going to be impacting some of the spots. But like we were talking about, the shape of Hilo Bay itself historically has caused damage in the past, especially for boats and even along the coastal harbors there. So this is something we're going to have to wait and watch throughout the next couple of hours. The initial wave could be small, but then build up throughout the next couple of hours.
One thing that I'm noticing when we have had tsunamis in the past, when we have shown this live shot of Coconut Island, usually that little channel between the island and the main part of Hawaii Island, you can see a current that is going in and out. We haven't seen that yet in Hilo, obviously. Right now, here's another live look at Hanalei Bay. And whatever was happening off in the distance might have been a camera artifact. Haven't seen it off in the distance anymore, off at the point, but we are still seeing some currents that that still indicates some sort of activity. The shoreline right now, the water has not receded, but there is, again, as Jen mentioned, the possibility that maybe the first wave, not so big, but again, it's a series of waves. We had in 2011, huge waves start coming in and impacting the Kailua Kona area, causing major damage to the shops on Ali'i Drive. And that was like 4 or 5 hours after the initial waves had hit Oahu. And so we're not in the clear yet. It's not a single wave.
That's true. It's not always the first wave that might be the most dangerous, and it is a series of waves. That's a great reminder, Ben. And now we want to turn things over to our reporter, Mahealani Richardson.
Yeah, we had mentioned the vessels leaving harbor areas, heading out into the open ocean. We have great video of some of the vessels leaving the ports. Let's send it over to Maheo with some of the images you've captured. Hi, Maheo.
Thanks a lot, Mark and Steph. And of course, if you need to interrupt me at any moment, because we're all keeping an eye on our ports, but I wanted to show you this video that our Casey Lund was shooting from Kaka'ako High Rise, and it was amazing to see all of the ships evacuating. Now, this is because at about 6:47 this evening, the U.S. Coast Guard ordered the evacuation of all commercial vessels from all commercial harbors in the entire state. So you can see the Coast Guard there was also moving. Several boaters were getting out of the way. I called a boating friend, and he had already gotten the word. In fact, many boaters were not waiting for the U.S. Coast Guard to give this official warning, but everyone just certainly getting out of the way. There are 9 commercial harbors on 6 islands. We also saw there was a cruise ship in the Hilo Bay area that loaded their passengers, and they were heading out to sea. Now, I also called Joint Base Pearl Harbor Hickam to ask about the military ships. They would not say what the military ships are doing, and so we're trying to get official word on what those battleships are doing. But again, the U.S. Coast Guard has ordered the evacuation of all commercial vessels from every harbor in the state of Hawaii. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Mahealani, for that. And so we were monitoring those live cameras, and we still, during Mahea's report, we have not noticed anything that sticks out just yet. But just before we went to Mahea, Ben Gutierrez just mentioned what is really important, and that is the reason why, even though this timeline, it has passed, it's not the time to go back to the beach. If you're curious, because we have not seen anything noticeable. It is a series of waves. That's what a tsunami wave is. It is not just one, and it is not a surf wave. It wraps around the island.
Yeah, it's not a singular event. This is an hours-long event, right? Right? And we're looking at this. You know, this is something where you're watching very closely. You're looking at the changes in the water activity. Now, as the sun has gone down already, who knows how much this shot is going to change, what we'll be able to see right now as we're staying on our Hanalei cam. We are constantly refreshing, making sure it is the most up-to-date image and the most accurate representation of Hanalei Bay. As the reports have come down, as the updates have come down, Hanalei emerged as kind of the first site that was going to be seeing any sort of activity.
We want to go live now to our live cam on Maui. And this is the coastline there, and you can see, I don't know, are you noticing any differences out there, Ben?
Not just yet. It kind of looks normal, but again, we still have some of those streaks of flatter water off in the districts, again, indicative of some currents that are going on. You know, the people who surf, watermen, waterwomen, those who use the ocean a lot are very familiar with those streaks and look for them, because those are the things that will indicate that could get you into trouble if you get caught in it. But nothing that I see. Jen, do you see anything?
It's really hard to tell from this vantage point, but it does seem like stronger currents are occurring. At the same time, I think it's important to note that we do have high tide that's peaking right now. So there is a rise in water overall and a lot of movement over the water on top of the expected arrival of the tsunami. So a lot of moving parts. It's very dynamic over the Pacific Ocean right now.
One thing that we have had that we haven't really been able to share with you is that the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center has been putting out, or receiving rather, some data as far as the wave heights. And so Wake Island got a 0.7-foot wave that was recorded at the buoy there. Midway, 1 feet. That's not the that's basically the amplitude. That's basically the regular. That's not trough to crest. That is the ocean, the regular ocean surface, and then added to that, 1 foot is the wave height. Highest one we've got is one of the Dart buoys, which had a 3-foot wave out in the open ocean. This is closer to Kamchatka. I'm trying to figure out which exact buoy that it is, but it is Dart 21416. There are a couple of buoys that are kind of like out in the area. I've got just so you know what I'm doing, I'm kind of like looking at the map.
Same old, same old.
Which one is 21416? And
this is the most boring event I ever experienced.
Yeah, 21416 with a 3-foot amplitude is the one that is closest to the earthquake itself. So that one recorded a 3-foot wave out in the open ocean. The other ones are a little bit smaller. Back to some of the wave heights. There's about 1.1 feet in Japan. 2 other Dart buoys that are out there, 1.5 and 1.4. 0.6 feet and 0.9 feet. And so there is a wave out there. It might not be that big, but again, even if it's not that big, there's still currents.
I know one of the buoys that they were trying to get more information on was the one in Guam at 657, Ben. Do you see any data generated at that buoy?
Oh, is that Midway?
Guam.
Guam. I don't have Guam on this list, but I'll look it up.
Okay.
And see if I can look it up for you.
We do want to take a look at one of the reasons, of course, why we were watching Midway Atoll so closely is because it is kind of the first warning when we get a tsunami coming from the west or northwest like this. Let's actually take a look at some of the observed water levels. If we can bring up graphics 12 or max 2 real quick, you can see this very clearly. This is over it seems like the last 24 hours. The blue line, that's the actual prediction for where the water level was going to be. The water level is in red, and you can see as we're going into today, as the tsunami wave is passing the tsunami waves, I should rather say, is passing the atoll buoy. You've got this jump up, you've got this jump down, you've got this jump up, you've got this jump down. Again, this is just indicative of how many different waves are going to be potentially moving in. Of course, it looks very different out there. It might look very calm on the camera, but again, Ben and I have been talking about how Hawaii is kind of in a very unique circumstance when it comes to our seafloor, our seafloor topography. Our waters get very deep very, very fast. So when this wave, this column of water is potentially moving in, it is going to grow very fast as it reaches the seafloor and grows quickly towards the coast. We get to the deep ocean pretty quickly here in the island chain. We don't have a continental shelf around us like the rest of the continents do. And of course, on that graphic that we were looking at, you can very clearly see the jump in the buoy, jump up, jump down, jump up. And again, that's multiple waves. It's not just one wave.
Is that an indicator on how strong the energy is from?
It absolutely can be, especially if we were seeing a much stronger, like much higher and much lower troughs and crests from the waves. Again, the buoy is on the top of the water as the wave is troughing, so it's going down to the bottom. The buoy goes down, and so you're seeing it jump. This is the height in feet. If you let's bring up Max 2 again, graphics 12, so you can see what we have out there. Again, this is on the y-axis. This is the height in feet. You're seeing this jump between two to just below -1 feet below the average very quickly. This is a very quick jump.
Drew, something I want to jump back to is when we heard earlier from Governor Green, he was talking about the activity with the buoy at Midway.
Yes.
And so can you clear up for us and give us kind of like a direct line explanation? So he said it's measured at 6 foot at the buoy. Mm-hmm. What does that mean? What's happening at the ocean surface?
So, to the best of my understanding, and Ben, if I say this incorrectly, please correct me. 6 feet is what he's talking about between the trough and the crest of the wave. So it's 6 feet from the top of how tall it is, how tall the buoy goes up, to how low the buoy goes down in the water. So when we're seeing that, he talked about that 3 foot number, that is 3 feet above the typical water level or the tide level at that time. You can even see the tides in the beginning of this chart here. You've got high tide around 8. And then as you're going into even further, you've got low tide. You can see the up and down, and then you see this jump indicative of the tsunami waves.
We want to show you the waves that were just the first waves to arrive on the coast of Japan here. And gentlemen, if you could describe what we are seeing here. This was shortly after the powerful earthquake off the eastern coast of Russia.
Yeah, it looks like I'm going to assume that the ocean is on the right, or it might be a jetty. Oh, there we go. That's a better view. All right, this is basically classic tsunami wave action because it's coming in from the open ocean, and then you can see that very, very disturbed, kind of a wall of water that's coming in and overtaking, for example, the seawall there. You see the smaller waves, those are probably the normal waves that are, just basically every day. But you can see how that big area of white, that white water that pushes in, definitely that's a tsunami. It's a slightly large one. It's not huge by any means, but it is a tsunami wave because you can see just how much energy that it has basically generated and basically pushing in. And so the waves, the little ones you see on the beach just above, basically in the center there, those are regular waves, but tsunami waves, those have definitely been coming in for Japan. Again, it's a little closer to where the epicenter of this earthquake was. But right now, as we take another look at the Hanalei camera, we're not seeing an awful lot. We're still seeing a little bit of the current action, and it seems a little bit flat, close to
Right, it's dark now. I can't see shit.
Right. Pacific Tsunami Warning Center is about to hold a press conference with the latest information.
What's the point of me going out, looking outside?
With the latest.
Bay, not so big, maybe about 1.5 feet above normal sea level.
Okay.
The signal was dropping to below normal sea level when I left it.
That's just the first part of the wave, and we know from what we observed at Midway, it was actually the third wave at Midway was the largest. So we've got some time to wait here at Hanalei, which was the first place it arrived in. Of course, it is moving down the island chain, so we haven't seen anything on the other gauges as of yet, but we know it's coming. So we're always hopeful it won't be too bad, but
should we just assume that's not going to happen?
Models that, yes, we are going to have a significant tsunami going across our islands, all the coasts. We monitor about 15 sea level gauges across the state, so we'll have reports later, and of course our news channels will also probably telling us what they're seeing in places where they can safely observe the coast. So
yeah, I see nothing.
Stay out away from the coast. I know you've all evacuated.
Several
instructions ultimately on when it's safe to go back will come from the state and county emergency management agencies. And we've got a ways to go. It's probably going to be several hours before we may even be able to lower the warning here in Hawaii to advisory level when waves go down. Probably not at least until tomorrow morning before we're able to completely cancel.
I didn't say anything.
And right now, most of us are still waiting, and we are waiting to see just how big it is going to get across the state. So stay safe.
What?
So the interval between waves can be 10
What?
to 20 minutes typically, from one wave crest to the next wave crest. And we don't know exactly, that Midway it was the third wave doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be the third wave. Here the wave pattern gets very complicated as the wave crosses the state because those tsunami waves reflect off of islands, and they wrap around islands, and they interact with each other. So at every location it can be a different wave. But the threat will definitely go on for probably for several hours.
Dr. McCurry, if you could kind of encapsulate everything again with regards to what are you looking for right now? I know you said we're still not clear, but what are the specific elements that you are really tracking to see what's that next data point that you can release?
So we're pretty much done with forecasting the tsunami at this point. We're just reacting. So, of course, our center has responsibilities across the whole Pacific. So we are continuing to send messages to other countries around the Pacific. But our main responsibility is here in Hawaii. And so at this point, we're more or less just monitoring the situation to try to determine when we could lower.
Nothing is happening! Oh.
Yeah, 2011 was certainly the last significant tsunami we experienced in Hawaii. We actually handle many tsunami events in the Pacific every year because earthquakes in the lower magnitude 7 range are pretty frequent, maybe about 10 a year in the Pacific, and almost all of them generate some kind of smallish tsunami that we don't normally hear about it. But sure, yeah, the Japan tsunami was the last significant tsunami, and in some ways it's similar, but every tsunami is unique in certain ways. The way the source behaves affects the tsunami, and crossing the bathymetry in the Pacific, the waves get focused and defocused in different ways, and so that's why we need numerical models to help us predict what might happen. Yeah, sure. So the main thing we use to constrain our models are these deep ocean gauges that we support in the Northwest Pacific, that we support them all across the Pacific. The ones for this event are the ones in the Northwest Pacific. And
I'm gonna have my stream done. What? You can just go on the news YouTube channel.
be a jetty. Oh,
Our models try to match the signals that are seen on those deep ocean gauges, and if we can match them, then we know we've created
I'll put it
the right
in
kind of
the fan chat.
So, of course, in the beginning, we only have a reading on one gauge, and later on it's 2, 3, 4 gauges. So we
What?
keep iterating with these models. But even from the get-go, from the very beginning, the forecast was pretty consistent, even with more
Okay.
of this data telling us that, yeah, Hawaii had this threat. And
of course,
for the coastline in
Alright.
Hawaii, there's another part
Let me
of
just
this
deafen very
model
quick. Just
that
yeah.
actually brings the synthetic wave up on
Gonna do my goofy outro.
maybe about a dozen places around our
Alright.
state. So some of those models did say
Fuck you.
we would have
Alright. Gonna end the stream now. Apparently nothing's happening, so if anything does happen, like I said, I will record and show it to you guys if I'm still alive, but nothing's happening. Anyways, thank you for watching the stream. Thank you, No Way 726 for being on my stream most of the time, and I'll try to get a video out next week. Alright, bye.